show. If you're new here, we do this on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Welcome, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day. And you guys can begin calling into the phone number. Did you guys see yesterday Cooper Flagg's top card was hit? That is insane. I actually just made a video on it earlier today talking about how I think it's a terrible investment. I think I've seen this so many times before, and obviously there's one-offs, but especially during the pandemic, just all these cards sold for so much money of these young basketball players. Like, if you go to Card Ladder and type in like I don't know, like national treasures, right? Because this is like the most expensive, or was the most expensive type of card. And you just scroll. So like this is Luka's top card. It actually sold for 4.6 mil, I think, or it sold for 3.1 mil actually, excuse me. It would probably be worth less today. This is Giannis, like Herbert. This is not worth this anymore. This is not even close to $1 million. This is probably $500,000. Same thing with Burrow. This probably isn't over $1 million as well. These are GOATs. Anthony Davis. This thing is worth like what? 200K? Maybe. Probably not. Maybe 200K. You have all these GOATs like Curry. These were all great buys, but I'm talking about not GOATs, like younger guys. Like this is not worth. Like, what is this worth today? This National Treasures PSA 10. Are there any recent sales? Look at that. The last sale to $230,000, and this was at one time was going for insane money. Like, it's crazy. And like the point I'm trying to make here is buying all these guys that are younger and these cards that are like hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. It almost never works out. I actually can't think of a time it did work out, to be honest. Like Luka's still a good player, but he just lost that hype. Like this is one of the worst I've ever seen in my life. Like of Zion, like sold for 600,000. I guess there's no other sales, but this card today is like 10K, maybe. I think that Cooper Flagg card, the debut patch that sells, man, it's gonna be like, it's gonna go for like what, $5 million. And see, someone said it's Colin. I see you said it's a publicity stunt. It is a publicity stunt, but I think it will sell for like 5 mil, 4 mil, 3 mils, maybe even 6 mil. I don't know. So yeah, guys with more money than sense, but in order to get that much money, you must have some sort of common sense, I would think. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it. I think it's insane. It's like insane what it's gonna go for. All right. Let's see. Let's start taking some callers. Let's take some callers. The queue is open, ladies and gentlemen. I heard it's already sold for 10 mil. If it's sold for 10 mil, that is wild. That is wild. Johnny, I see you texting me. I gotcha. I'll help you out. You want an invoice? I gotcha. Don't worry, Johnny. I gotcha, buddy. The queue's open. You guys can begin calling in to the phone number below. Did it really sell for 10 mil? Is that really like possible? I wonder. I have a bunch of Cooper Flagg cards I bought. I hope it like drives the price up of those. Probably will, I would think. But like how is that? I really don't understand cards anymore, because like even so, like this right here, like this Kobe card that ended up selling, that's 12.93 mil or 12.9 mil. Like this is a great card. And I understand that a card like this is just worth what somebody's willing to pay. But based on all the history of cards, it is simply not even worth close to this. A 1952 Mantle SGC 9.5, which sold for about the same, in my opinion, is a much, much more coveted card. This is a great card, but it's not a rookie of anybody. It's a great logo, man. Dual auto. It's not LeBron, right? LeBron's a higher tier player than Kobe. So I don't understand. I mean, like, I do understand because the person that bought it, it's kind of what someone said before, it has more money than sense. But based on my experience and things change, this card is just not worth this. It's just not compared to other sales. Like this card, and this is part of the reason why I buy so much vintage, because people are going all crazy for this high end stuff. But I think some of this vintage stuff is great. So this sold in 2022. I forgot it was a while ago, but this would probably go for more today if I had to take a guess. But this is in my opinion, this card is worth at least double that Jordan, if not triple. So that's I just think buying, I guess this goes into my point, buying some of this vintage stuff that is such a great buy, in my opinion, with everyone going crazy over all this modern stuff. Just my humble opinion. But obviously, you just never know where the market's going to go either. Right? It can go up, down, left, sideways. Who knows? Right? You never actually know. How do you feel about buying Gem 10s and rookie cards of guys like Penix, Stroud, Murray, and McCarthy? I think that's a terrible idea because most guys don't live up to expectations. Just how cards go, right? It's just the reality of things. So, bad idea. I'm buying some Stroud and holding into the season, but yeah. Golden is offering 1.5 mil to consign. Yeah, that's nothing because they just want the publicity and they just want the advertising, and they're just offering a cash advance. They know it's going to go for much more than 1.5 mil. The queue is open, ladies and gentlemen. While I wait for you guys to call in, why don't we go online? Why don't we start doing some research into some baseball? I'm curious. I haven't done much research as to who I'm going to start buying for baseball, but I just kind of want to see a little bird's eye view of who is down a lot in value. Let's do minimum sale $200. Let's do let's not do a grade. Let's just see who's down a lot. Jesus Made. Is Made down? I didn't think he was down. I know that's just one card, but is he down? Bowman Chrome. No, it's not. He's not down. I guess it is down a little bit since June. He might be somebody I end up buying. So what I do here is I just kind of look at cards that are down and kind of get names. So Made is someone I like. Weatherhold, did his value hold up? I know he popped off in the beginning of the season, or his value did at least. Weatherhold. Wow, I think his value went down. Yeah, it went down some. I mean, it kind of maintained value actually decently well throughout the season. He's a solid player. $700 to 500. He could be a possible name I might go after. Once his season ends. Some of these guys I don't know who they are. I have a whole list of different baseball guys I have a baseball guy that kind of tells me who to buy. Jack Cagliani. His stuff's got to be down. I think he's having a meh season. Let's see. Yeah, this is down. It's actually not down a ton. Not more than I thought it would be down more, but it's down from $600 to $500. A lot of good names here to buy for baseball. Travis Bazzana. What are his stats? What's he hitting? I don't know if he's having a good year or not. What's his average? Where are you? Why can't I find his average? 240 with 9 homers. Yeah, that's kind of rough. He was the number 1 or number 2 pick, right? If I'm not mistaken. You guys could see how I do a research. Let's see. Honestly, his value's not down a ton either. Interesting. It's kind of the same. By the way, you guys can begin calling in. Did I miss a call? Yes, I did miss a call. All right. When you call in, please call in once, and I'm gonna put a stop to me telling you what cards are worth because people hate it and there's no value there for anybody. So don't call in and ask me what something is worth unless it's a crazy one of one card or it's something wild.
Hello?
Hey, you have Eric, you're live.
Hey, Eric, what's going on?
What's up, man? Who's calling?
My name is Jeremy.
What's up, Jeremy? How can I help?
So, I was calling to get some advice on a pretty big card that I pulled,
Yeah, do it.
and I wanted to get your thoughts on it. But I got a one-of-one Wemby Superfractor
Wow.
that
It's a big
I
card.
pulled recently. Yeah. My question is it's one of the parallels that came out in the Topps Chrome, or one of the insert.
The Topps Chrome update that came out, or the Topps Chrome?
The update.
Okay.
So I'm looking at other comparables, using Card Ladder and stuff like that, and man, you're seeing superfractors that were selling from like 100K to 75K to 50K, all the way down to like 12K.
Yeah.
So what avenue would you go with this? And where do you see that card falling?
So it's like an insert.
It's activators.
Activators. Let me just look up what this card looks like, just so I can see.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's kind of somebody has one right now, a Luca, that's on eBay, and they've got it. It's raw, but they've got it listed for like 21K.
So the 8 out of 10 did $1,200. So the answer, if it was me, I would probably let it rip at auction via like golden auctions because it could get a nice premium because like there's just people that have a lot of money that love Wemby and they will just buy his stuff blindly, his superfractors, because they want them all. So that's something like I could sit here and tell you like I think it's worth like 4K, maybe 5K, maybe, but it could go for like 12K, 15K, right? Like who the hell knows?
You talking about raw?
But raw and graded is going to be roughly the same on a one of one like that. So I would let that rip on auction via like golden auctions, honestly. That's where some ballers spend money. That's where I would go with that one.
Okay. Yeah, because I haven't seen any of his superfractors go for like under 10K in the last anything in the last few years, and I'm looking at golden and stuff like that. So I was just trying to get a ballpark.
Yep.
My next question is obviously I need to get it slabbed up and graded.
Yep.
I'm pretty local to Beckett. Is there, on a card like this, is there a big difference between a PSA slab, and I'm looking at other comps that are, they're coming in at 8s and 9s, or some people are just authenticating. Is there a big difference on a one-on-one, like a Beckett 8 versus a PSA 8 on something like this, or is this worth me biting the bullet and taking it to PSA and that kind of stuff, and probably paying the big premium for it?
That's a great question. Probably, man, I'd actually like to sell it raw, honestly. But probably doesn't matter. If it was me though, to be safe, you're like with PSA, it's only gonna help and not hurt, but Beckett could possibly hurt. So it's because like for me, for example, like I only buy I have a big vintage collection. I only buy PSA. That's it. I don't buy Beckett. I don't buy SGC. So like I'm a little biased. So I'd probably just go with PSA to be safe, but the answer is it could only help and not hurt. So I would.
What is your thought process on selling it raw versus getting it graded?
because so one, you could sell it today, or you could auction it next week or whatever right away. And I think something raw, a brand new product, gives a lot of appeal, and it actually drives up the price a little bit at the thought of getting it graded. So like because I've been in cards for a while, I know a superfractor graded doesn't really increase the value. But people don't know that, and people will most likely pay more money to try and get that thing graded. So it could only I think the upside is worth having it raw. And then also the closer you sell it to product release, most likely it's going to sell for more. So just because people are excited about the product, they think it'll never come available again. This is the only time to get this specific card. So that's my thought process. You're able to sell it much faster, and I think it might actually go for a little bit more money.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just kind of toying with the idea. Obviously, this is a 101 that I'll probably never pull again in my life. So I'm just,
how'd you pull it?
Dick's Sporting Goods mega box.
Big Sporting Goods is like a Dick's Sporting Goods type of thing?
Yeah. It's like I don't know. It's just a sports store that sells like clothes and equipment, that kind of stuff.
Man, you got good luck, man. I gotta follow you around. I don't have any type of luck like that. That's insane. Yeah. Wow, mega box.
I'm just torn on if it's only gonna bring $5,000 or $6,000, I'll probably just keep it. But if it's a $50K card, then that's a different.
I would say it's probably more than $5K, but it could go just to give you an example. There's a guy that came up to me at a card show, and he had the Nebula Wembanyama Monopoly 2024 Prism or 24 Prism, right? And I looked at the comps and I told him based on comps and what the other ones do. I think is the Nebula at a 2 or 1? Or is it 1-1? I'm not sure. One of the two. But I told him based on the math, but sometimes math doesn't matter. I think it'll do 12 to 15K. And it ended up, and he was like, "Oh, that's cool. That's okay." And it ended up doing 25K. So just that card could do 19K. It could do 6K. It could do 25,000. It just takes two people with a lot of money to bid against each other. So, and especially the way the market is right now with 101s, and Wembanyama had a good season, it'll probably go for more just based off of the hype. But what I would say to you, because you said you'd probably hold it, I wouldn't do that for the reason being, let's say the card's 5K, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna keep the card. I think it's 5K. And if you just want to keep a Wemby card, I would sell that card and just put the 5K into a 2023 Prism, red sparkle PSA 10 or something like that. That's 5K, because if Wemby's value goes up, his rookie stuff's gonna go up more than something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to help you put your money in the best position.
Yeah. One more question.
Yeah.
When you sell on Golden, do they ever do a reserve, or is it just no reserve and let it go? Or is a reserve even an option?
Is it an option? Let me ask. Yeah, they only for certain high-end consignments. So most likely not for you. Not for that card.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I would negotiate with them. Don't just let them take 20%. Negotiate them against Fanatics and get the best rate possible. It'll go for similar amounts either way.
Yeah. So Golden or Fanatics?
Yeah, it's the same shit. Or Alt's not bad as well. I have a buddy, the kid that taught me cards, and my other buddy from my hometown who also got me into cards, kind of. They both work for Alt. So I can get you a good deal if you want as well. So they'll all go. There's all big ballers that spend money on all of them.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Hey, man. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks.
All right. Calling you, Antonio. Oh.
Hello.
What's up, Antonio?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up? I called you yesterday, man. You didn't answer.
Man, I know I was getting the pump session, and I was like, it's just going to be going back and forth playing phone tag. I'll catch you tomorrow.
Okay, gotcha. Well, we're here now.
two questions real quick. It's going to kind of play on each other.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at comps, which one are you following the most? Like, are you going off an auction because, somebody can place whatever number they want to kind of try and keep their card at a certain level? And then when you're looking at comps on both sides of the table, how do you play them into your favor versus when you're buying and then versus when you're selling?
So I'm going to get a lot of flack for saying this. I know people. I know.
But everybody does it, right?
I know people love to clip my stuff and say this guy's a scam. But so okay, so like auctions are always more truer than or best offers for the most part, right? So
Right.
just generally speaking, but like when you use comps to your advantage, let's say you have a card and the last 3 sales in order were 600, 500, and 400, right? The last sale was low, use that. Vice versa, if the last sales were 400, 500, 600, don't use the last sale, average them out. That's kind of what everybody does in cards. So you want to try to get the best deal possible, right? Just kind of common sense. So don't put yourself at a disadvantage, but there's so many different factors that go into it. It's like auctions are what I prefer to look after, but if an auction looks weird, you can click into it and see that it was shill bid. So
is that off of eBay?
Yeah, you could. So if you go, I'll share my screen and show you just so you could see. So if you just go to let's just type in like a random card. So if you go to eBay, and you just look at the completed sales, I don't think you could do this on Card Ladder. I think it's only eBay. And you go to sold items and just find an auction. Any auction will do. Come on, auction. Where are you? Hold on. Let me find an auction. $500. Let's do auction. Where are you? Aha.
And of course, I know you can get the feel off the bat automatically if that dealer or versus buyer is going to be willing to negotiate some, right? Because you got some guys who are like,
yeah,
fall on the sword for this number.
Yeah.
And some guys are like, yeah, I got some room.
Yep. But if you look at an auction on eBay and you click where it says the amount of bids, click that, it'll pop up all the accounts that bid on it. And if the last account had 0 feedback or like 1 feedback and the sale looks weird, it was probably just shill bid. So, yeah, good piece of advice. What was the thing you just said before?
I was saying that usually you can get a feel right off the bat, though, if somebody's going to be able to go back and forth with numbers. Because, like I said, some guys are just like willing to fall on the sword for their number. And then, like, I think I've seen on your videos, you're just, you just keep moving on and look for the next one.
Yeah. It's kind of, especially at a card show, it's kind of a rough game because it's, you're either going to piss people off or they're going to love you. Because let's say a card's worth $500, right? And the guy has an $800 sticker on the card. And you go up to the guy and you're like, hey, I see the last few sales are around $500. Can you get to around there? And option A, they'll be like, oh, yeah, like that price is old. Or, yeah, I could work with you. That's option A. Or option B, they'll get pissed off at you, not even look up and be like, I know what this is worth. And like a grumpy attitude. And then you feel like a dickhead.
Yeah, that's how it goes. But it's like, you just bought high. That's what's wrong.
Yeah, that's actually that is what's wrong. And you got to remember, like, most people I know, like, some people may not agree with what I'm going to say, but most people at a card show who are set up actually lose money, right? They do it for fun, and they're trying to just kind of buy their favorite, like, cards they think are good, etc., and they actually lose money. So, like, that's why most dealers are overpriced with cards, because they pay too much. Yeah. So, like, most... obviously you have your dealers that kind of do this full time and they make a lot of money, but most people when they flip cards lose money. So just always keep that in mind. So like I always tell people, only about 20% of the people I actually talk to or 20% of the auctions that I try to win, I actually win. So that's why, like, if you see on my Instagram, we post all the content, but that's why people will, comment like, oh, this guy never buys anything. I spent like over $1 million in a month last year, but different story. That's why people say that, because I just post everything, but in reality, only like 20% of the people I deal with actually a deal goes through.
All right, man. Perfect advice. Thank you.
All right, Antonio. Thanks for calling in.
All right, brother.
All right, Australia. I see you called me. I don't know if this call's going to go through. You may have to call me.
Your call cannot be completed.
See, Australia, if you're still listening, I'll give you 60 seconds to call me. Because I can't call you, but you can call me. And I don't know, maybe I can't afford a proper line or something. I should probably get an international line. But I don't know why I can't. This is like an iPhone like 10, so maybe that's the reason. Maybe I can't call people out of country, but I'll give you like 60 seconds just to keep it fair. I'll answer some questions in the chat. Sell, don't wait 4 months for a non-guarantee. There you go, Randy. Randy, you could be on this podcast, man. You should start your own podcast and it's called The Eric Michaels Show too. It would do well. At least I think it would. Dylan Harper insert sold for $200K yesterday. 4K is a joke. That Dylan Harper, though, is probably... Well, I don't think a Dylan Harper sold for $400K, but especially an insert. But that Dylan Harper is probably a rookie. This card of Wemby is talking about is a second year. So, yeah, I see here Dylan Harper. Yeah, the one that... Oh, shit. Did I miss the call? No way. Okay, I did not miss the call. Yeah, no Dylan Harper sold for $200K an insert. But even if it did sell for like $50K, $75K, it was a rookie. Like if that Wemby was a rookie, it would be like 5 times the price, maybe 10 times the price, something insane. So get you a coffee post show and I'll hop on from 11 to 12. You know, Randy, I might go to I think you said you're in Ohio. I think I remember. I might go to the Cincinnati Card Show this weekend. You got Eric, you're live.
Hey, Eric, how are you, mate?
What's up, man? You're the first Australian caller, I believe, ever.
Can you hear me like pretty well, or
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, awesome, man. I'm just getting back into the hobby. It's been a few years, and
Yeah.
I've been doing my research into buying NFL quarterbacks sort of coming up to this season.
Yep.
I've got a couple of guys that I need a bit of advice. I've run numbers through, and you might laugh, but I've sort of asked ChatGPT a lot of things about no. Who's got the easiest schedule? Who's gonna get picked? Which quarterbacks are most likely going to start out of the rookies and all this sort of stuff.
Okay.
Now, bear with me, man. Bear with me. So I've saved a lot of stuff on eBay and sort of just watched the prices and, I'm trying to do as much research as I can before I sort of pull the trigger on a couple of people. One of them was Deshaun Watson. The other one was Kirk Cousins, Kyler Murray, Jeff Goff. So these are all sort of like, I'm just trying to research as much as I can, gathering as much information and sort of putting the numbers together. And then obviously on it, sheer luck, I'm guessing. But I'm more of a soccer guy, so I'm trying to sort of, live outside the square, so to speak. And also, I've missed the boat a little bit on Michael Jordan cards. And I started to buy a whole heap of Shaq cards. Is that a good idea?
Okay. The football cards is a terrible idea. So I will save you. I'll save you a lot of money. So the best idea you actually had in what you just said was probably like Kyler Murray. But how much of my content have you listened to?
Say that again, mate.
How much of my content have you listened to?
I've only sort of started recently listening to it in the last, I'd say 2 months, 2 to 3 months.
Okay. So the one thing you should get from my content is that most players fail, right? So the way I make money,
I get that a lot.
yeah, it's just how it works. But the way I make money, and there's a lot of ways to make money, but I think I've done okay, is I buy in the beginning of the offseason, I sell before the season begins. you are buying right into the hype. Like you're buying these cards that are like you're buying these cards that are at peak value. And by the way, Kirk Cousins is not going to start for he's the backup for the Las Vegas Raiders, who just drafted Fernando Mendoza with the first pick of the draft. So he's not going to sniff playing time. And even if he does and plays well, it's not going to go up in value. He's kind of set in stone. So like what you want to do is like buy things that are low. So like give you an example, like in like May and June when the basketball season was going on, the playoffs were going on. Myself, I was buying a lot of Cooper Flag cards, like his Topps Chrome Refractor PSA 10s. I was getting them at like $1,300. Today, they're almost $2,000. So, and he hasn't even played. I'm going to sell them before the season begins. The next thing I'm going to do, you're going to see me talk about this here in the next few weeks. I'm going to start buying baseball as the baseball season ends for people in September. And the playoffs start September, October. I'm going to buy guys that are cheap, and you'll see their value start to go up in December and January. So you want to zig when everybody zags. The reality of sports is like just because the way it works is, right, the season gets closer, people's values get inflated because people get excited. And in order to live up to that expectation or the person's inflated value, they not only have to play decent, they have to play really good. And that's why what happens in sports cards, if somebody plays really good, a lot of times their value doesn't go up because they're just matching how inflated it was. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, yeah, you're just playing like, could you buy Kyler Murray cards and his value 5x? Maybe. But the odds of it happening based on my 11 years doing this are very low. You're just playing a bad statistical game and you're just guessing because the reality is just like soccer, just like football or American football, who the hell knows who's going to play well? Most of them don't. And traditionally in the NFL season, usually there's about one guy. There's one quarterback every year that goes up a lot in value, like 3-4x. Only one. So like last year, actually last year there was kind of two. Sam Darnold, but he's kind of older, and then Drake May. Both of their values went up a lot. Outside of that, it's generally not a good idea.
Okay. What do you think of the Shaquille O'Neal sort of investments?
So the answer is yes, but if it was my money, I wouldn't right now because a lot of that stuff has went up so much in value, like a lot of the 90s basketball stuff. And I just don't like buying things that are at peak value. So, I like it, they will go down, like all the Jordans and Shaqs and all that stuff. I don't know when, but they will. Nothing goes up forever. So I would hold off on it if it was me. Like personally, me, I know you're from Australia, so you may not even know what hockey is, but I've been buying a lot of like vintage hockey, vintage American football. This stuff hasn't went up much, and I believe it's undervalued.
I actually put in an offer for a 1979 Gretzky rookie card.
Yep, those are solid investments. Those are, in my opinion, those are solid investments, right? Like the way I've made money in cards, and I've taught this to. Do you know how I have a program, right? I teach people how to do this.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about that program. Like, what's it about? How do you sign up, or what's the goal with that?
Well, the goal. Well, I mean, like for me, the goal is to sell a lot of people and make a lot of money, and help people along the way. Obviously, I always tell people like, listen, I'm not here to be pushy salesman. Like, use the free content and then make some money and then sign up for the program. Let me build your trust before you go off and give me some money. But.
Absolutely.
Basically what it does, it's like what I do on this podcast, but times 20. There's like spreadsheets and we tell you what cards to buy. There's, we have like almost 40 employees. It's a full on operation. We have coaches and salespeople and all this crazy stuff. We have this whole office, but basically like sports cards in a nutshell, you want to zig when everybody zags. Do the opposite of what everybody's doing.
Gotcha.
That's the whole premise.
Oh, man. Yeah, keep up the good work, dude, man. I love it. It's like it's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning in Australia right now, and I'm cooked, man. I need to go to bed.
You got work tomorrow?
Absolutely, man. I got to put some food on the table tomorrow, dude.
Oh man, do you live in Melbourne?
I live in Melbourne, man. Yeah, I live in Melbourne. So, and even I try to buy everything in PSA because now, like, to get things sent to America to get graded is literally impossible, dude. Impossible.
Well, okay, so let me give you a great piece of advice. So we have plenty of students in like the UK, Australia, Belgium, Asia. Most of our students are in the US, but like 10% of them are international. And
Yep.
we have something called the all-in-one service. So you could find other people that do this. We have our own proprietary one inside of our program. So what people in Australia do, when you buy a card, let's say you buy a card on eBay, you don't ship it to yourself. It goes right to our service, which is located in Wisconsin. They'll clean it, grade it for you, get it back from grading, and if you want, they'll sell it for you. Or they'll hold it and you can sell it to someone on Facebook and they'll ship it right for you. So you never actually have to touch the cards. They could ship it to Australia if you want. But this is how you get around, shipping something from Australia to the US is, good luck, right? So
I pay more for shipping than the card that I bought.
Yeah, you're doing it completely wrong. You can't do it like that international. The mail is too terrible.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. But that's great information. I actually didn't know that. That's awesome, man. I'm gonna look into your program, dude. 100%.
Cool. Yeah. There are just to be transparent, we have our own proprietary service, but there are others that do maybe not as good of a job, but similar. That are consignment shops where you could just send the cards directly there. Cause I don't want you to I don't want this to be taken like I'm here trying to, sales pitch over here. But just to let you know, whether you join the program or not, you should not be shipping all the cards to your house in Australia. You could keep them all in the US and have someone manage them for you.
Oh mate, I'm telling you, it's so hard for us at the moment. It's really, really hard. I'm talking about the whole general hobby in Australia. And because the cards aren't you can't get as much cards as what you can get in the States. You just can't. You can't compete. And all the good cards are there. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, man, I won't keep up your time.
Yeah, before I let you go, I'll leave you off with one thing just for you to, ponder with. For what you said it's hard, but anything that, for every, who was it? Isaac Newton, for every action, there's a reaction. So, yes, cards are harder, but if you have this service, you could just ship all the cards to. You could buy cards from people in Australia for cheap, and they're not grading them. So you actually are kind of sitting on a gold mine. You have access to cards people like me inside of the States don't have. And if you have a method to get them graded and sell them in the US, you could just buy a bunch of cards from people in Australia on Facebook Marketplace or whatever, or cash at card shows. It's probably a gold mine for grading cards. And then just once a month, put them all in a box, ship them to the service. They grade them, they sell them. You're into them for very cheap. You make a lot of money. So you actually have a big benefit.
Yeah, I totally agree to that. Totally agree. But yeah, man, keep up the good work, dude. Love your stuff.
Thanks, man.
I'm so wrapped that I found you. So thank you.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Take care.
You too. I just gave that guy the sauce. I literally just saved that guy years of pain and heartache. That one I should have been paid for. I should get tips for that one. Hey, you have Eric. You're live.
Hey, Eric. This is Frank from Philly. I called in maybe once before.
What's up, Frank?
All right. I got two questions. I got a modern one, and then I got a vintage one.
Do it.
So for the modern, for basketball, I had some, took your advice and I got some VJ and Conconable rookie cards.
When did you buy the con stuff?
A while back.
Oh, you made a lot of money then.
Yeah. So thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So I sent them out for grading, and then they're starting to come in now. When would be a good time to sell? Because I do see some of the VJ cards. There's not a ton. Mostly I got tops. I got a few Bowman Chrome ones, and I haven't seen any. I got Bowman Chrome green Mojo, I think, to 99. I got two of them that are PSA 10, and I'm not seeing any sales. So I'm wondering, do I sell one now, or do I wait to the beginning of the season?
Yours are graded?
Yeah.
What were the grades?
10.
Oh shit! So that's actually a good thing. If you're one of the first
Yeah.
10s to sell, they always go for more money than the next one. So Khan, I would sell now. He's already spiked. Like, he's already doubled in value. Like, you should make a ton of money on him.
Okay.
And then is Edgecombe up?
I didn't see. So just like to find something close to, there's a Bowman Chrome blue, true blue, and it's a PSA 10, and it sold, I think, July 31st for $540.
Wow. Wait, I'm looking here. Oh my God. I not to toot my own horn here, but I nailed it. Yeah, Edgecombe's value has doubled since June. Holy shit. Probably because LeBron went there. It probably helps.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would sell both if it was mine. They've already doubled. Things that go up that much, can they keep going up more? Maybe not. The upside's kind of limited at this point because of how much it's went up. So if they were mine, I would sell them. And then I would try to get some let me just help you with one card. So like the Khan Knuppel. What card is it and what'd you pay? And I'll kind of tell you what I would sell it for.
So I have the Topps Blue X-Fractor, and I paid $90 for it.
$90, and it got a PSA 10.
Yeah.
And so this one's easy. This sells for like $600 all day.
Okay.
This I would just try to go into a Facebook group, get like $570 net cash, and call it a day. But this is a perfect example of like great timing. Like, you probably bought this card when PSA 10s were $400. Now they're like $600. So good for you for listening. It sounds simple, the stuff I say, but not many people can listen and execute at a high level. So good for you.
Yeah, the pull for the hype is real, but if you can see beyond the trees, sometimes it's good stuff.
Oh yeah,
there, so I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, it's great.
So all right, cool. And then vintage question. So I have a lot of my father had a lot of old vintage cards, mostly baseball, and they were never graded, and I didn't take the best care of them. So I did send them into SGC a while ago, and they came back, and they're mostly, I think the highest grade is like a 6, but most of them are in the 5s, 4s, and 3s. I have a bunch of mantles that I want to hold on to, but then like had Ted Williams and Stan Musial, Clemente, Roger Maris. So
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, like, I want to grow my vintage collection, and I think the combination of like trying to get higher graded, more PSA graded vintage, and maybe I don't know, like I guess I see a lot of younger people, and do they know who Clemente is, Stan Musial? Like, as time goes on, are some of these guys going to fade a bit? And just the bigger names are going to stay?
Here,
how do you approach that?
It's funny because one of my employees asked me the same question I think it was last week. You know what I said to him? Do people know who Picasso is? Has his paintings went up? I barely know who he is. I know the name, but I know his paintings are worth way more today than they were 30 years ago. So they're legends. They'll stay in the history books, So yeah, I wouldn't worry about if people know who these guys are or not. Like me, I'm 29. I love vintage. I love history. I have tons of Ruths and mantles and all that good stuff. So I wouldn't worry about the vintage stuff like not going down because the people that are alive now may know who they are less and less. I think that's a better reason to buy them. All this hype around like all these crazy Cooper Flag cards and all these modern cards. If you've learned one, especially you're living, breathing proof of what I say actually makes money. Just zigging when everybody zags. Vintage is the same exact concept, right? Who's everybody buying right now? The Jordans, the Kobes, the LeBrons. So what have I been doing? And I think what could you do? The Ted Williams, the Bart Starrs, the Jim Browns. I think they're all great investments. The Ruths, which are up a lot, but that's what I've been doing personally.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
With the hockey and football, like vintage, is there a certain strategy that you use for like you still want to get like PSA graded ones?
My basic strategy, it's very basic, but it's simple but complicated, I guess you could say, is so I personally, I buy this stuff to hold long term. Think of it like my retirement fund, right? So like I hold this stuff. I only do PSA just because I think it's more liquid. So, and I think they go up a little bit better. And the only reason like I'm buying vintage football, just to be transparent with you, and like vintage hockey and the Ruths, that's like the Ruths are stuff I PC. So I like them.
Mm-hmm.
But like I bought a lot of vintage football and vintage hockey at the National Card Show. Like, dude, like to me, like Wayne Gretzky, Gordie Howe, Kobe Bryant, like Michael Jordan, these are all GOATs in their own way, right? Like who's actually better than who? Who the hell knows? But the only reason I'm buying it is because their values are low relative to how much other stuff has went up. That's the only reason I'm buying it. So like, and like maybe like when that stuff starts to go up a lot, and let's say, I don't know, like 90s basketball goes down, I might buy 90s basketball, or like maybe like T206 cigarette cards of like Ty Cobb and that stuff from like 1909 and 1911. Maybe that stuff will be the next thing I buy. I just invest in what I see as good value. Like I don't know, like Ty Cobb versus Michael Jordan. How the hell do you compare them, right? Like who knows?
Right. Gotcha.
So it's all a value game.
And is there like seasons to it too? Like I guess
no,
it's not.
Nah,
okay.
it's like vintage cards just kind of go up and down randomly. They go up and down with the market. So I just kind of look at what's undervalued relative to the other stuff going up. The same thing with like those Con Knuppel cards you just told me you're going to make a lot of money on. Like, dude, I think Con Knuppel long term is a terrible investment. Terrible. His team sucks. They're not going to win. Yeah. And if you don't win, your value goes down, even if he's a solid player. I think he's an all-time bad investment, Con Knuppel. But at the moment, when you bought those cards in June, it was really low. Everybody was putting their money elsewhere in Wembanyama and Jalen Brunson. You bought them low. You got them graded. You're going to make like 5 times your money. So it's just a value game, dude. That's all business is numbers.
Right. Awesome. Well, yeah, I appreciate all the help and just the great information. Yeah, I'll keep listening.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for calling in. Congrats on those cards.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye-bye. See, that's a guy that listens to what I have to say, executes on it. He's going to make a lot of money. That's what I like to hear. All right.
Hello?
You have Eric. You are live.
Hey, Eric.
What's up, man? Who's calling?
Oh, pretty good. I got a question for you. I've got this card and it's only pop 2, and it's the Megan Keller and Jack Hughes Tops Now Olympic. It's numbered 25.
Okay.
And mine was the first one. There's one other one now.
Yep.
And I'm just trying to come up with an idea of where I would like put that in price range. The value was.
So I have a hard rule on this podcast now of not valuing cards for people because the others don't like it.
Oh, okay.
But however, I will tell you what I would do is so I would look at if you could find the same card like out of 10 or out of 5, you could assume that it would be double, or you could look. Is it autographed?
No, it's not autographed. It's just out of 25.
So you could find another Jack Hughes card out of 5 with a similar type of player. It'll probably be around the same. But like my advice too would be I would just sell it. And if there are no sales of that card, I wouldn't be afraid to auction it because
there's no sales. There's no sales at all.
Yeah, so I would. But there are plenty of similar types of cards of Jack Hughes with another player on it, and just like if it's out of 10. Out of 2 will be roughly double, maybe a little bit more. Or if it's out of 25, it'll be like triple.
You don't think because it's the Megan Keller and Jack Hughes, so it's the Olympic U.S. sweeps the Olympics one. It's the one that basically where we for the first time swept in the Olympics for hockey. So that doesn't add any extra to it, you would think?
A little bit, but not as much as you think.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll take a look in that direction.
Awesome. Yeah, let me know. Like, you can feel free to call back in. Give me what you find, and I'm more than happy to tell you what I think based on the sales that you find. But yeah, I apologize that I just have other people that have commented that they don't like when I'm valuing other people's cards. So
yeah, I get it.
I don't mean to come off like a dick.
No, it's fine. I know I understand it because I do buying and selling myself, and I know some people are pretty different about, the way they value things. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Thanks for calling in.
Yep. Bye.
Let's see. Santa Rosa, California.
Yo.
Hey, you have Eric. You're live.
Hey, how's it going, Eric?
What's up, man?
Dylan from California.
What's up, Dylan? How may I help?
I just had a couple questions about with this new 2025 resurgence. Topps' latest release for football.
Yep.
Says that's possibly going to be the last release of the 2025 rookies or whatever.
Like the product resurgence.
Yeah.
I don't know what the exact release schedule is, but one of the last for sure.
Okay, one of the last. And then other question is, so they have short prints in those boxes. They're called electrolytes.
Interesting. Okay.
And so they're going for around $60-$100.
Okay.
On player.
Yep.
Would something like that be worth getting graded?
No.
Or is it just hyped up right now?
When did the product come out?
It just came out 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so standard rule of thumb, don't buy products when they're brand new because supply is low, demand is high, and it almost always goes down in value. So just don't buy at the hype. And then number two, football's about to start. So you're going to buy Jackson Dart, and his value will probably be worth less in October, November when you get the cards back. So I would not buy it if I were you.
Okay. But if I have it, I shouldn't grade it to sell it?
Oh, if you have it. If you have it, I would actually sell it raw because the product just came out. It'll be worth the most now than it most likely ever will be unless the specific player pops off. So I would actually sell it raw. Usually not the advice I'd give, but yeah.
Awesome, brother. That sounds good. Thank you. Thanks for the help.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Adrian says, you definitely deserve a tip for that advice. Well, I should be taking a profit share over here. Right? Salt Lake City. You have Eric, you're live?
Hey, Eric, I just had a few questions.
Yeah, do it.
The first one was, I started collecting this set. It's the 2024 Topps Now Olympics. I was just wanting to get your opinion on if I should hold it for longer, if it's something I should sell. I have the Curry ones, not the night ones, but the other ones.
Personally, I don't hold those cards. I would sell them today. There's just if you're looking to hold stuff of Curry, you'd rather just have rookie stuff. It's going to appreciate at a higher clip if it does go up. So that stuff I would not hold.
Okay. And then the other one was, I think it was last show. I know you had said that going to card charge, you should have 2K at a minimum in cash. Once you have that 2K, what's the best way to grow it at the card shows? What should you be doing and what should you be looking to buy?
So the 2K number, the reason I say that is actually for grading, buying the grade. That's probably the minimum you want. But the fastest way to make money at card shows is simply buying stuff that's cheap. So you could either go in dollar boxes, which is kind of a grind, but you could do it. Or what you could do is, I used to do this a lot. I would flip stuff quickly. And the way I would get stuff that's cheap is actually, it's not something I usually say, but I would buy what's hot. So take, for example, let's say Ohtani's value. Let's not use Ohtani. Let's say Caleb Williams, right? His value's up a lot. So dealers are a lot of the time are not able to keep up with how much the value's gone up. So a dealer might have a Caleb Williams card at yesterday's prices, even though it's worth more today. You can get it at a 20-30% discount, flip it and make some money. So an example of this, Wemby has been going up, and I bought a red sparkle Wemby at the last sale when I bought it was $7,800, and the dealer gave it to me for $6,600 because he thought the last sale was $7,000. just because he wasn't able to keep up with how fast the stuff was going up in value. And I'm not going to flip that one quickly, but I could. But that's a way you can just flip stuff fast and make fast money.
Okay, and then when, like, on Ohtani, I have some Ohtani Topps Chrome 150 in grading right now. Would you sell those right when they get back if his market's still out where it is, or would you wait until the World Series? Like, what would you do?
It's a great question, man. Ohtani's like an anomaly, so he's like a 101. Personally, I would sell them because I just have a standard rule. I sell if something's hot. Obviously, it's hot, but at the same time, it was hot 2 months ago, and now it's worth more. So take it how you want. But like, I'd rather put my money in something that I think is predictable. Like Ohtani, like he keeps going up in value. It will go down eventually, right? What goes up does come down. So I would sell it, but it's a coin flip, man. Like, because he's a weird guy.
Mm-hmm. And then my last question is it still, like, if I'm not, like, vending at shows, is it, like, how would you go, like, is it possible to still be able to get cards at, like, a good percentage?
Oh, yeah.
How would you go about doing that?
Oh, yeah, dude, I didn't set up at a card show until, like, I was, like, 7 years into the hobby. Then setting up kind of became more profitable for me. But, yeah, exactly what I just told you. Buying just stuff that's undervalued from dealers. It's very easy. Just find what's hot, buy stuff where they have it at yesterday's prices, or you can go through dollar boxes, or you could buy stuff to grade because a lot of dealers now have cards to grade because they're not grading cards because PSA got more expensive. So there's a few different ways, but it just, obviously requires knowledge and knowing what you're looking at.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Wow, there's a lot of callers. I think I've talked too much. Safe, I'm going to give you priority access. Like you're at the Fast Pass at Six Flags.
Good morning.
Safe, I want to let you know that I let you skip the line a little bit because you call in so often. It's like you're at Six Flags and you get the Fast Pass.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Well, it's very funny because when I called, like I hung up and you literally answered my question for the guy who just asked about the curry. So, but I'm going to tell you that that's for everybody. So I was at a like card shop that I usually buy stuff from and stuff like that.
Yep.
And a guy was opening a mega box and he pulled a Curry Alter Ego, the new one.
Oh, those are expensive.
Yeah, and that goes. There's like I think there are like 5 sales, and the sales go like 9, 10. 12, 10, and then there are 3 in the K. I'm talking about 12K. And now there are 3 in the in auction with like 3 days left, and they're all like one of them is like at 11K. So I paid well on it, so I could just flip it right now. The card will not jam.
What did you pay?
Because I paid about 8.
Wow, good for you.
Yes. I mean, the guy paid 140 in front of me for a mega box.
Wow, good timing, right? Right place, right time.
And you tell them, you tell them like this is 8. You want to take it, and he did. But the thing is that it's not going to gem because I think it would have gemmed before PSA changed their rule about centering. It used to be 40-60, now it's 55-45. Now I don't think it will, but the card is immaculate. So my question to you is that I know you just said that you would, just unload it right away for the few, $100 or $1,000 that you're going to do. But would that in a 9 still hold somewhat of a premium versus raw?
No. So what you do with it, yes, it probably will. But what you do with that card is because you have an information advantage, or it's probably not going to grade based on the centering. You auction it. Right. And in the auction, you put never graded mint condition because it is. And they could judge the centering for themselves. Or you could put, like, if you're telling the truth, which it sounds like you are, excellent condition, surface is immaculate, corners are immaculate. Let them judge the centering for themselves because that's very easily visible. And it will go for a big, nice premium for you. So make sure you put those words in the listing. But I would not send it in because it's peaking right now. It's hot. It's not going to stay this hot forever, right? You know how new products go. As tempting as it is to hold it or grade it, that one I would not.
I'm not holding that. That card is going away before Sunday.
Oh, good idea. Yeah, just when you do auction it, you make sure you put those words: excellent corners, excellent condition, has never been graded, pack pulled, etc. All those nice words.
Would it hurt it that there are 3 in auction right this second?
Nah,
I mean, probably more. I didn't check this morning.
It would hurt it if there was a low sale.
Oh, only low sale, but not just,
Nah,
like more
there's
options.
enough money to go around.
Yeah, there's enough money. Anyway, thank you. You haven't been online for a while, which is I wondered, but I thought that you were busy with national and stuff and all these things.
I know it makes me sad, Safe, but we're back now.
That's it. That's all that matters. Keep the grind, and thank you for the free information. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Safe. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
People, I apologize. There's like 20 of you guys. See, you guys why don't we call in the beginning? Like, look, the phone's just going crazy. Why can't we call in when I start? It takes like 10 minutes for you guys to get going. It's like a engine that needs to like you get 1 caller, then 2, then 5, then 10, then 20. But I gotta head out. I think I let too many people talk for too long today. But the good thing is we will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. So call in and get yourself in the queue. I apologize. There's so many callers, but I do kind of have a hard stop at 11 a.m. Eastern-ish. Thank you, everybody, for listening. See you in the next one.